So I messed up my shoulder playing basketball. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you how to strengthen and build some pretty nice shoulders. Rule number one of hurting a joint is don't ignore it. And I kind of did that, so now I'm paying for it. And now I have to fix it. Rule number two is to improve mobility as soon as possible because an injured joint is a stiff joint. And as of right now, my pain-free range is about right there. One of the best mobility exercises that you can do for your shoulders is a banded rotation. You can use a band, you can use a stick. All you have to do is hold it as far as you can without any pain. Closer is more difficult, farther is a lot more easy. Keep your arms straight and you're gonna go around in a circle. You do this for around 30 seconds to 45 seconds. I can feel the crunch in my shoulders. And you pretty much do this until you feel loose and you feel that your joints are lubricated. In the shoulder, you have your front, your side, and your rear delt. I got hurt up here, and most of the stuff that we do is from the front. We lift stuff, we are typing, we're sitting in a chair. Even I got hurt when I was going up for a layup and someone hit me on the way down. So what I'm going to do is start from the back to the front because the most ignored muscle are the muscles in the back. You strengthen the muscles in the back, the muscles in the front don't have to do that much work. First exercise we're going to do is called a power raise. To set this up, you need a bench. You can either go flat or you can do it at an incline. I like to use a low incline because it just feels more comfortable. You can put your arm out in the side or in front, grab a light dumbbell. You're gonna keep your arms straight and all you're gonna do is pull all the way up until your knuckles are facing the ceiling and then control the eccentric on the way down, right? So this works all the muscles in the back of your shoulders, your rear delts, the muscles between your shoulder blades. And the thing with shoulder exercises, they're very humbling because you think you can power your way through like 30 pounds, but you're gonna have to start off like really light, like 5 to 10 pounds. With this exercise, you wanna do anywhere from 10 to 12 controlled reps because the gains are in the control. And if you do this right, you should feel all the muscles back here fire up. The sucky thing about being an athlete is that you will get hurt, but if you do the work, you'll be able to prevent a lot of injuries, and if you do get injured, you'll be able to recover faster. Anyway, the second exercise that we're going to do is a knee-supported external rotation. So sitting on the bench, you're gonna put your foot on the bench, you're gonna grab a dumbbell, and your elbow goes on top of your knee, and you want a 90-degree angle in your elbow. You're gonna hold the dumbbell, make sure that your wrists stay locked the whole time, and all you're doing, you're lowering as slow as you can. You wanna use like a 3 or 5 second count. This exercise right here strengthens the rotator cuff muscles in all its ranges. But the big thing is when you're rotating, you wanna make sure that you're not rotating over with your whole shoulder blade. You want to keep your shoulder locked and you only want to rotate from the shoulder. Start with a manageable weight and don't force the reps. If you have to force the reps, it means that it's too heavy and you need to go lighter. So for these, going at least 10 reps. And the standard here is eventually you want to be able to do around 10% of your body weight, right? So let's say you weigh 200 pounds. You want to work up to being able to do this with 20 pounds. Go down as controlled as you can and only use your pain-free range. Let's say you can't go back up. What you can do is go down real slow and then you can help yourself back up and then just focus on the eccentric. When you're treating an injured joint, you have to work slow because it's not about powering through all the exercises. You need slow and controlled motion because you need to control the range. You're building strength in the range, and the only way to do that, slow. So that pretty much takes care of the muscles in the back. And remember, my pain-free range was just around shoulder height. Now that I've warmed up the muscles in the back, watch this. I don't feel pain until about right here. Now it's time to work on the lateral delt, and one of the best things you can do is a lateral raise with a cable. So the first thing you have to do is you have to adjust the cable to around mid-thigh to hip height. And then from here, you're gonna grab onto the cable machine and you wanna angle inside. The reason for that is that when you're actually doing the exercise, you're gonna get resistance throughout the whole motion. Keep your arms straight and then you're gonna raise to about shoulder height or just over shoulder height. And you wanna control the eccentric, going down as slow as you can. And you wanna make sure that you're not letting the weight stack touch because you want tension the entire time. And because we're working on joint strength, when you get to the top, try to pause for a second or two and then 3 to 5 second count on the way down. And about 5 reps in, whoo, your shoulders are going to be burning. Whoo, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. My shoulders are burning. You got to work your side delts because that's what's going to give you the capped look, and it's also going to help your shoulders look broader. Having strong shoulders is extremely important, especially in sports and athletics, because think about sprinting. Elbows are going to be up here. Look at the shoulder position. When you're jumping, shoulder position is the same. Think of any throwing sports, you know, like your javelins, like a baseball player, always throwing from that position. So you have to be strong back here and here and even up here. That's coming later. All right, so now we're going to address the pain area. We're going to work on the front delts, and one of the best exercises, shoulder press. I'm going to be doing it with dumbbells because it just allows for a little bit more freedom, and I'm not as restricted as I would be if I did a barbell. So on the bench, you're going to go up until you're right under the highest level, right? So you don't want to be up here. You want to be more down here, because when you actually get to pressing, you will be in the perfect angle to press all the way up. So you're gonna grab your dumbbells, put them on your knees. Let me show you a safety trick, right? So when you put the dumbbells on your shoulders, all you gotta do, kick up to your shoulder, kick up the other way. That way you don't have to power anything up, all right? So I'm gonna be going elbows forward because it's gonna allow me to access more range of motion, but elbows to the side is fine if your shoulders are fine. Mine are not, so I'm going elbows forward. From here, just make sure that you keep your back in contact with the bench, so you don't want your ribs to be flaring out like this. Keep your head relaxed. You're gonna go all the way up to the ceiling, and eccentric again, slow on the way down, 3 to 5 second count, and we can go a little bit of power on the way up. All right, so all about control and controlling the weight. Don't let the weight control you. So for these, you can go 8 to 12 reps. The most important thing is control, and on a week by week basis, just make sure that you're using progressive overload. So another great front delt exercise are dumbbell front raises, but we're not going to do that today. The last one is going to be a body weight exercise, the squat of the shoulders, which are body weight dips. Because lifting weight and getting strong with dumbbells, that's absolutely fantastic, but you also got to be able to control your own body weight, and dips are a great exercise. Now, the setup on a dip machine, you're going to put your hands on the handles, all right? And then all you're going to do from here is you are going to lean forward. So when you're dipping, you don't want your elbows like flaring out to the side. You want to make sure that you're going back behind you, right? So you're going to lean forward slightly so that you're hitting your chest a little bit, and then you are going to go straight down as low as you can without any pain, all right? So control on the way down and then power on the way up. Just make sure that you fully extend those elbows. If you have problems with doing body weight dips, you can even use a band. If you use a band, you just put the band around the bars. You put your knees in between the bands, and you pretty much do the exact same thing. Now, the most important thing is you need to keep your body as stiff as possible, right? So make sure that you're not kicking your legs or like shaking too much or waving your body around, right? So brace your core, legs and body completely stiff, control as deep as you can, and then all the way up. Whew! So that was a good workout. So that's pretty much how you can build a nice 3D shoulders, but also build functional and strong shoulders. You just got to remember to work at your own pace. Don't force the issue. Never work through pain, because if you do, all you're going to do is increase the recovery time. But I hope you got a little bit out of this. Peace out.